Level 1 in Linux gaming? The Linux gamer. I don't know. Things are happening. Things are happening. We're going to make a video. This video is literally about nothing. We're taking a page from Lunduk's book where we make a video and it's just two guys talking. No agenda. Can't call it no agenda because that's the thing.
Yeah.
You made some predictions, and that's on the website. And I think it's just too good to pass up, so we're going to talk about the predictions. Because I think probably the title of the video ended up being something 2018 Linux.
Yeah, basically. Bunch of tech newsy type weird things.
No. It's not tech newsy type. It's two guys making up stuff. It's literally two guys making up stuff.
Yeah. These predictions are all rather jokey, I would say.
All right, what's the first prediction?
So the first prediction is Elon Musk debuts a new Tesla vehicle. And
well, I mean, you're just kind of lowballing there, don't you think? I mean,
well,
it's like Elon Musk tweets an inflammatory tweet.
An inflammatory, boring tweet. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Flamethrower. That was the joke.
If you mouse over that first one, it comes up with a instead of brake and accelerator pedals, the floor of the vehicle is a treadmill.
People will call Musk a genius. That's a little more specific. That's better.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean, you never know. He sent a car into space.
That's true.
Yeah.
How weird would it be if you had a treadmill on a car? It seems like inertia would be a problem.
No, I mean, the Mythbusters did something like that where they launched an airplane off a treadmill.
For some reason, I'm getting a picture. You know those exercise things where people are on like a 3-axis gyroscope, like you get on the thing, like you could spin around?
Yeah.
What about one of those on a go-kart? Like a self-driving go-kart? Would that be a thing? Because that would kind of deal with the inertia. If you come to a sudden stop, you just take off like a top.
That would be awesome. Or like a go-kart, like it's a self-stabilizing go-kart.
This is amazing. No, that would end. Okay, next thing. What's the next thing?
The price of Bitcoin will reach an unprecedented $140,000 per coin. The cost of a single Bitcoin transaction will be about $139,999.
I was really excited there for a minute.
Yeah.
Because I have some Bitcoin. And I was like, oh, retirement is finally within my grasp. No. I can work on level 1 full time.
Yeah.
No.
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 No. No.
Sadly, the transaction fees probably accurate, though. I mean, all the major players have pulled out of Bitcoin already because the transaction fees are already insane.
Yeah.
So
the transaction fees are one of the biggest problems with Bitcoin.
I wonder, maybe Bitcoin Exchange should recalculate the value of Bitcoin based on the cost that it costs to exchange. So, like, a transaction cost is always $1 or 50 cents or whatever, or 2.3% or something. Well, it's going to be better than a credit card. I mean, percentage-based transaction fees for electronic transactions just seems like robbery in this day and age, because how much does it really cost?
Yeah, I can't imagine it costs them much at all.
Yeah, so I don't know. Linux reaches 6% market share. Grumpy Linux users everywhere mutter something about how market share doesn't matter. Seems a little salty.
There's a bit of salt. I end up putting a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into my predictions, so there's some salt in there.
My favorite thing about Linux is that as you get to use different programs, you come to understand on a philosophical level the programmer who wrote them. Like, you encounter things, and I don't want to call them bugs.
Yeah, they're features.
I don't want to call them features either. it's like the programmer stopped at this point, and I'm experiencing this feature, and it's like,
It's more of a personality trait at that point.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, I guess this kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe. In some scenarios. But not every scenario. And certainly not the scenario that I'm trying to use. The specific thing that I'm thinking of is when you have a lot of displays. So I'm thinking, well, it's not just GNOME. I'll point the finger at GNOME. It's not really just GNOME. But also the NVIDIA, like the NVIDIA Settings Manager, which, again, proprietary closed source, shouldn't use that, whatever. But when you've got 6 displays, those things are horribly broken. They just don't work. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's shockingly bad. So I don't know if you've ever had to deal with, like, you can slide your monitors around.
Yeah.
But when you've got like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 monitors, when you pick one in the middle and you slide it, it creates 2 disconnected groups of monitors.
Oh.
Yeah. And then so you have to like, so like say I've got 6 monitors and I move one in the middle.
Yeah.
Then I've got 2 more over here that are not touching anything, and I can't drag them as a group to touch the other 2. What I have to do is drag one over and then drag the other one over. And you can only move them one at a time to move them closer to the other group of monitors until they touch.
Yeah.
And then you can slide them around the perimeter of the shape. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anybody that's not experienced that bug is like, WTF is he talking about?
And I've seen your office setup, so I know what you deal with.
Yeah, it's like, I guess the programmer that dealt with this was like, I'm going to introduce this feature where you can't possibly drag a monitor off of another monitor, and that'll be user friendly. Didn't think that one through.
Yeah.
And NVIDIA followed suit, so you're not the only one. I don't know. Give me what do you think your best prediction is?
Oh, my best prediction. Probably the Microsoft pushes Windows 10 update.
The bricks Windows 10.
It disables EXEs and MSIs.
We'll hold a ransom of $9.95 in order to install software outside of a Windows store. I think that one will probably come to pass.
Yeah, this year.
That will be. We're going to look back on this and laugh and be like, "That was oddly prescient."
Yeah, I actually deal with a lot of software stuff at my day job, and it's
welcome
mostly,
to the club.
Yeah, it's mostly Windows 10 problems that I deal with because so we have this really old printer. But, like, we can't upgrade it because it's the one that does all the receipts, right? And, like, it doesn't... You can't use it with the point-of-sale machine... you can't use any other printer with the point-of-sale machine. So, Windows just pushed a new update that, like, broke this software that we were using to translate between the point-of-sale software and the printer. So I had to like downgrade Windows Update and do a bunch of stuff. That was pretty awful. I have to set up now a cup server on a Raspberry Pi when I get back to work to actually do this right.
So, in a sense, this is probably a very clever retort to me bitching about the monitor tool, because it's like, hey, look, there's going to be Sisyphean tasks on every operating system.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly, for sure.
I don't know if I have any predictions for Linux for 2018. Maybe a little bit higher market share than 6%, just from all the people that are terribly frustrated from having to use Windows. But Linux on the desktop, I don't know that it's ever going to really take over, because once you learn Linux enough to understand why it is the way that it is, it's like, I don't really want to change it.
Well, I think we're gaining critical mass. We're at a point in the Linux world where, it's as easy to use, if not easier to use, and less frustrating to use than Windows. Yeah. And a lot of people, who aren't like heavily invested in Adobe's like environment, or who aren't bound by some other kind of weird proprietary software, they're interested.
Yeah.
And like 60%, between 60 to 75% of the people that watch my channel are coming from Windows, which, it shows that there's a lot of interest, I think.
There's a link to that channel, by the way, in the description.
YouTube.com/TheLinuxGamer.
Yay, plug. You say that, and I was thinking, I don't know, my mind wandered kind of a bit, but it comes back to what you were saying, just bear with me. But, you ever read online, and it's like, so-and-so won the lottery, and they talk about it, and it's like all these people came out of the woodwork, and it's like, wow, I didn't know I had a third cousin twice removed that was, somebody's roommate that is like, oh, they're having a real hard time, and I need to help them financially. I think most people don't realize that it's like that for technical people, like all the time. Except instead of I won the lottery, it's can you fix my computer?
Right.
It's like, now how am I related to you again? It's like, oh yeah, no, I went to college with so and so. That was your. It's like, can you help fix this? I don't want to buy a new laptop. Can I have a MacBook?
Yeah. That happened to me. I've had that happen to me many times.
And so I think that that those people, like the whole like won the lottery people, are kind of like the people that experience the Windows update has done something and now it's black magic and I don't know what to do and everything is on fire and I've lost the lottery of life and I can't fix it on my own. But in dealing with those people, honestly, when I've given them Linux, it has been less headache for me.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that might be a selfish thing to do, and probably is, because then they're like, I can't install software from Office Max. But I hear from them less.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like a bad thing.
Well, that's always a good thing. But you have to be careful of the people who are dangerous enough to know how to Google. Because I actually put Ubuntu on my dad's laptop, and he was able to install Wine and then get a Windows virus. Yeah,
Wine has come of age.
Right. It was terrible because then he downloaded some antivirus, and it was
which also ran in Wine.
Yes, it did. Yeah. And that was an interesting ordeal that I had to mess with. Then I took away his root privileges. I removed
Problem solved.
Yeah, I removed his user from the sudoers group.
At least until Spectre and Meltdown.
Yeah.
And then he Googles for that.
Right.
It seems like I had a million Linux predictions for 2018, and now I'm sort of coming up dry. I
have a few other ones.
Apple uses their proprietary AR tech to have an AR hologram Steve Jobs unveil their new product line. Oh, and one more thing. iPhone X users should attend the event with the exclusive Steve Jobs and emoji for only $4.99. That could happen. I mean...
Yeah.
I've seen more horrible things from Apple.
Right.
That really... I don't think that would even be the top 10 of horrible things from Apple.
Oh, no. The Newton.
The Newton was both way ahead of its time and a terrible, terrible punishment inflicted on whoever bought it.
Yeah.
It's funny how Apple does that with technology. When you think about it, they've done a lot. It's like, wow, this is really innovative. Except it stabs me in the face if I try to use it.
I had a friend growing up who had a Pippin.
The literal monkey's paw.
Oh my god. It was really cool because we were sitting there like, look, we can control the mouse on the TV. That's all you could do, basically.
It's like, can I play this game? And it's like, you need to go, cut your sister. It's like, whoa, Pippin. Whoa, what are you doing?
How does it know I have a sister? Yeah.
It's like the Pippin demands a blood sacrifice. I'm pretty sure I heard that Apple Tech support call where somebody called in and there's like the recorded Apple Tech. You ever hear those? Those are amazing. I
haven't, though.
Oh man, I know something we're gonna do later. One of them is like it's like the Apple Tech support lady picks up and it's like, how may I help you? And the guy goes on this long story and then he's like, so I saw it off the back of the computer, and the lady just sort of snaps out of it and she's like, you what? And he's like, so I saw it off the back of the computer.
Oh my god!
In order to and it was just the most amazing collection of tech support horror stories.
Wow.
I seem to have strayed somewhat from the topic at hand. Where were we? Predictions for 2018.
Yeah.
A whistleblower at Amazon reveals that Echo devices are being used to ultrasonically map your activities. The data feeds a marketing algorithm that's used to sell you more laundry detergent, among other things. Pretty sure this one already happened.
Has it? Well, you can check that box right there. Just click on it. Oh, look. We're one step closer to bingo, everybody.
Yeah, no, I don't... well, maybe not, but... Oh, the channel will gain 20,000 subscribers in 2018. That one's also seems like a low ball.
Yeah. Due to a series of videos simply titled Clickbait, Linux, and You.
Well, I mean, clickbait works.
Yeah, well...
Let's be honest.
I want to have a discussion with my followers at one point, my subscribers, talking about what clickbait is versus what click-worthy is. Because there seems to be a bit of confusion in the comments.
So what you're saying is if we actually do get hard evidence, like there's a Snowden leak, and it turns out the Alexa is actually just tracking everybody, the headline for that should be, click here now, you owe us that.
That would be clickbait.
Oh, would it?
I would think so.
But everybody has to know that. That concerns literally every. It's like even if you don't own an Alexa, your neighbor's Alexa is spying on you.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. But I think in order to have a click-worthy title, you have to be telling someone what's actually going to be in the video, what they're going to get for clicking on it. If it's a clickbait video, it's like, click this now or you'll regret it, you know?
You won't believe what Alexa is doing now.
Yeah, right. That's a bit, yeah, that's...
Kind of borderline?
That's on the border, yeah, I would say.
It's a slippery slope.
It is a slippery slope. You always got to be aware of clickbait. Because it'll slip itself in. You know, we start thinking that way, you know, if you spend too much time on YouTube.
We're trying to exploit the algorithm, and all of a sudden it's like everything is just 5-minute videos and really ridiculous headlines and giant, you know, Photoshop manipulated facial features.
It's the eyes, man. It's the eyes.
It really is. It's like the eye of Sauron.
Right.
I don't know.
That would be the you'd have like an Alexa sitting there on the table with the eye of Sauron on top.
I think The Verge or somebody actually used that
somehow. Oh, really?
On one of the security stories. It was something like that.
Well, great minds think alike.
I don't know. Have you seen the AT&T building in Atlanta? It literally is like the Sauron Tower.
No, I haven't seen
it. It has
that.
the little points stuff on it, and so you can just Photoshop the eye in there, and it doesn't look out of place.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the AT&T building. It's a real thing.
That's crazy.
I've strayed from the topic again. I don't know what's wrong with this. It's really late at night. We're kind of tired. We've been working on stuff.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of videos coming out
for
2018, or immediately. So that counts as 2018 related, right?
Yeah, immediately until December 31st.
And so we're trying to figure out a really good machine and a workflow for you on Linux with Kdenlive, and maybe using it for proxies, because I think we've tested everything in 4K with Kdenlive. It's just not going to happen unless you use proxies.
Right. And rendering, it seems to be pretty quick. The machines that you have here are like far and away like an order of magnitude or more greater than what I have at my house right now.
Well, that's why you're here.
I know. So, but the fact that like it takes your machines about as long as it takes my machines, but we're using 4K here, and at my house I'm doing 1080p.
So 4 times faster.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not through all of the testing yet, but hopefully we're going to have some tricks to maybe cut the time down. We don't know.
Yeah, we've got we've tested like 4 different machines at this point, and
2 to go.
Yeah, and I think we've kind of settled on like hard drive, like, you know, storage.
Yeah.
But now we have to whittle down the processor and then the graphics card.
Yeah.
I think the graphics card is the thing that's going to really be, you know,
the thing that blows the budget.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
not a nice time to buy a graphics card right now.
Not at all.
This is a Raven Ridge machine. It doesn't have a GPU. Well, yes, it does. It's built into the CPU. It doesn't have a dedicated GPU. But the GPU that it has... Well, no, I guess it does technically have a dedicated GPU. It doesn't have an add-in card GPU. Pedantic people have ruined me. Like, don't even start that comment. It's like, well, actually, it's like I'm just trying to have a conversation here, not trying to be exactly perfectly accurate.
You know what you need to do about that? You go into your YouTube settings and like add the phrase well, actually, to the block list, and then you'll never see them.
I don't mind it. I mean, sometimes I learn stuff. I like learning because I don't know everything, and sometimes somebody is like, well, it's this, and it's like, wow, I had no idea that the color and shape of power cords actually meant something.
Well, yeah.
You never know. You never know what you're gonna learn.
I actually went to tech school as that. I was there as an electrician's helper.
Oh.
I earned my electrician's helper's license. It's pretty cool.
You know, pretty soon they're gonna make it a law that you have to be an electrician in order to run even low voltage cabling. That's because people that run low voltage cabling do lots of blatantly retarded things.
Well, yeah, but still, I mean,
you should know better than to run Cat 5 through a 220, circuit breaker panel.
Yeah, for real.
I've seen that. That's not a. It's like, what were you doing?
Yeah. Well, on that note, I got to run because I got to install some Cat 5 cable. No, I'm just kidding. But.
See, do we have any other? Are there any other final predictions for 2015, 2018? What year is it?
Man, Time flies.
I'm trying to think if I've got any other predictions for 2018 that are any good. You've got a lot of predictions here. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I had a lot of fun with it. What's a good one here?
Hardware enthusiasts get more than they bargained for as they upgrade to NVIDIA's latest GPU. A defect in the GPU's manufacturing process burns a permanent fake image of what looks like a naked man into the frame buffer. Yeah, it's possible. You know, it's funny because I kind of crapped on the NVIDIA 1080 Ti for being as expensive as it was when it came out because I just thought it was way, way overpriced. But in retrospect, it seems like it was a really good deal because it's damn near impossible to get a 1080 Ti for retail anymore. I was at Micro Center a couple of weeks ago, and somehow I managed to snag an Asus 1070 for $429, and it was like, so it's an aftermarket, yeah, and it's a really, really good card, and I was like, wow, thank you, Micro Center, this is awesome. I guess it was just old stock or something, but well, it's been longer than a few weeks ago now, but it was not that long ago, and yeah, that same graphics card now is like $700 or $800, something crazy.
Wow.
So yeah, and Nvidia reported their best quarter, so I think they're making some money on the GPU shortage somehow.
Yeah.
But I think with miners buying time with TSMC, that's going to be a problem. So maybe one of my predictions for 2018 is going to be that literally Nvidia and AMD and anybody else that needs to buy fab time to get their silicon made is going to have a major, major problem on their hands because there's just not enough production capacity because of Bitcoin mining.
Yeah.
Or other cryptocurrency mining.
Right. Well, and I thought about putting this on this list that like these that like legitimate ad companies are going to start using end users' CPU time to mine cryptocurrency. I thought about putting it on here, and then the Salon thing happened. Did you hear about that? That Salon is basically they're like, hey, you have an ad blocker. Let us use your CPU to mine Monero or whatever. And I'm like, I should have put that on this list.
It actually that might be another fun video for us because the ad industry is in for a major, major shakeup the next 5 to 10 years, I think, because it's going to be more lucrative for people to mine cryptocurrency than it is to show them ads as a way to monetize the internet. I mean, if you think about it, in a lot of ways, if your micropayment system was based on cryptocurrency mining, it is better than ads in a lot of ways. For one, you could do the cryptocurrency mining completely anonymously. You're not building an advertising profile. You're not, building this vast database of advertisements that you're actually interested in and you click on. There's no psychological profiling. There's no any of that. And websites can still get paid for having good, relevant content because if you spend a lot of time on their content, your computer is going to be mining crypto. The bad news is going to be for people that are on mobile devices because battery life is going to suffer.
Oh, yeah. And the other thing is, if everyone's mining cryptocurrency, that's basically the death of the environment.
Well, yeah. Well, for the cost of electricity and maybe. Possibly.
Yeah. Either way, if they're invading your privacy or using your CPU to mine cryptocurrency, you're paying for it.
Yeah. If it's a free product, you're the product.
Yeah.
We say in our ivory towers from YouTube.
Yeah.
Guilty, uncomfortable laughter in 3, 2. 2018, we find a platform that's better than the current one. Maybe it's more distributed. I don't know. Maybe.
Perhaps I might be working on something like that.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
I mean, even Linus Tech Tips is working on their own platform because the writing's on the wall.
Yeah.
So I guess that's probably enough for this video.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun making it. Hopefully the edit was easy. We'll see you guys later.
See you later.
Check out his channel.